Hello everyone, it's Carrie, and today we're going to be using these products from the Hedgehog Hollow September 2018 subscription box. These are the Beautiful Blooms and also the Beautiful Blooms background stamps. I love these stamps, so today we're going to create a project using these and also using this Distress Oxide Faded Jeans color. I was going to use that Coral Cabana, but I ended up not using it for this particular project. So here I set up the oval background in my Mini Misty, and I'm going to stamp it with the Distress Oxide ink. I found that with a solid stamp such as this, it does need to be stamped a couple of times, and I think I did it about 3 times just to make sure I got a really great impression. So now I'm going to place that other floral spray image inside this oval stamp. I went ahead and changed to my larger Misty because I wanted to keep this floral stamp in exactly that same position so that I could stamp over it later. In fact, I made this card twice. I did the first card just as you see in this video, and then the second card I stepped it up just a little bit with some glitter, and then I re-stamped over this floral spray at the end using some Versamark embossing ink, and then I put some silver embossing powder on. Now, I am so sorry, but some of that video at the end was corrupted, and so you will not see me actually re-stamp like I just explained, but I will show you at the very end what that second card looks like with the stepped up version. So I don't know about you, but sometimes for me it takes me a while to choose some Copic colors to color my images. So I'm taking just a little bit of time to choose all these colors, and I will list all the colors up on the screen as I start using them so that you have those if you want to use them as well. But here you can see that I'm starting with just some basic corals, pinks, and I threw in some grays and a mint green for good measure. Later on I add some yellows. I'm just going to do some simple Copic coloring right now, and I'm adding that mint green, which is BG11, to all the leaves. And I'm just adding a light coat at first, and I'm going to add a little bit of darker of that color to the edges, to the inside edges of these leaves. And then I'll move on to some of my next favorite colors. Right now I have a little bit of an obsession with coral. This is cool grays that I'm adding right now in C1, C3, and C5 just to the inside of that flower, and I'll add a little bit of extra gray to the other flower a little bit later. I am using my brand new microphone. This is one of those microphones that has the windscreen on the front. It looks really professional. This is the first time I'm using it, so I hope that the sound is sounding really good, and I hope it's not too loud. For this particular flower, I'm using R01, R11, and R20 to make it kind of a light pinky coral color. And I like this combination. It's kind of soft and it goes really well with that navy. Coral and navy and gray and mint green. It's one of my favorite color combinations right now. I did actually go to Pinterest and look up some color combinations that match really well with coral. And that's actually how I came up with this card design for the colors. So here I'm just going to finish up this one color. And the next flower I am going to color in those more corally colors. So I'll list those colors here coming up right quick. Those are going to be YR09, YR61, and YR65. Now some people don't like watching the coloring process, and if you're one of those people, that's okay. Just skip ahead a little bit to the end and you can see how I put the rest of this card together. But for those of you that do like watching, here is that other coral color, and you can see that I just add some of the darker color to the underneath of where the petals would overlap so that it adds a little bit of that shading. It looks really pretty when you blend it out with those lighter colors. really pretty. So this one is just about finished. I do like leaving a little bit of lightness around the edge of those petals. Just adds a little bit of brightness. So this is the lightest color here that I'm just adding to finish up this one. And now you can see that I'm deciding to add some of my favorite yellow colors. These are some soft yellows in Y11, Y21, and Y000. So the last two flowers I'm going to color with this yellow combination. And also I added some yellow to the inside of those other two flowers. So you can see that I've finished up here, and I'm going to cut this out with a wonky rectangle die that I have in my stash. And I'm using that purple tape. By the way, I really do like that purple tape. And I'm going to add it to that blue cardstock that came also in the kit. It came with the subscription box, I should say. And I am going to now decide which sentiment I'm going to use from that sentiment set. There are so many great sentiments to choose from here, so I'm just holding this up. This is kind of how I decide how to make my cards. I'll hold up the different sentiments and finally decide to use thank you on this particular card. I think the second one I used was I miss you on the second card. You'll see that at the end. I'm just stamping this out with VersaFine Onyx black ink on some scrap white paper, and I'll cut it out using a fishtail die I have in my stash. And using that beautiful purple tape once again to hold it in place. And I do cut off the end of that fishtail so that when I pop it up, it kind of hangs over the end. Oh, I thought maybe I should put it on yellow paper. No, I really like that blue. So we'll stick with the blue from the kit, and I'll add the sentiment with some 3M foam tape. One of my favorites. I get the giant roll. How about you? So there, I cut off the end, and I'm going to attach this to the card, and then I'll attach that to the blue card using the tonic funky tape that came in one of the previous Hedgehog Hollow boxes. And I'm loving this tape. It's so easy to add and attach, and my cards have not fallen apart yet. That's how I test my adhesives. If my cards stay together on my desk for a while, then I know that I like that adhesive. So I'll use the same adhesive to attach it to the card base, which also came in the kit. I just scored it and folded it. And there you go. There is a little bit of white on the edge, so I cut that off just using some scissors. Nice and easy to do. And there's my card. And I thought, you know what this needs? It needs a little bit of maybe white gel pen. No. How about some Nuvo drops in white? So here's my favorite trick. I pre-create some of these Nuvo drops on a sheet here that's nonstick so that I don't ever have any mistakes happen on my finished card. So I'm just going to attach that with a little bit of glue, and there is the completed card. And you will see in the pictures that I did a second one with the glitter background, adding that glitter embossing paste. Here you go. And also some silver embossing around the floral. It's kind of hard to tell, but they are the same but different. I hope you enjoyed. Check out my blog at www.sunshineinmypocket.com for more information. We'll see you next time.